but failed. All dead had become his own dead, victims of his country's enemies' relentless efforts to commit genocide and the abysmal failure of those in charge to protect the innocent.
"Listen to these acoustics,"
Vasong said, and pointed to the ceiling, as if it were possible to see the music filtering down.
"Astonishing that the sound reaches down this far, isn't it?"
As the sour notes split the dank air, instead of violins tuning up, David heard an air raid siren before his brain acknowledged it was only an auditory mirage. He would kill to quell this constant onslaught of memories. Except without them, what would sustain him long enough for him to carry out his plan? Memory was a mystery. Why did he remember some moments, was even haunted by them, when others, desperate as he was to remember them, like the smell of his wife's hair, still eluded him?
"We're directly under Vienna's greatest concert hall now,"
Vasong explained as he took off his glasses and wiped them with a navy bandana. David had used the mannerism to characterize the man in the first article he'd written about him. After putting the glasses back on, Vasong pointed to the north wall, which had several fissures in it.
"This area abuts an ancient shaft that leads up to the building's sub-basement. The music is traveling through the grates that were once part of an old heating system."
"And you're sure this area isn't mapped?" A clash of cellos, horns, flutes, and oboes struggled, but was unable to settle into harmony. One instrument dominated, then another, and then another, all together creating discordant aggregates, the same way David's mind threw up distinct and separate memory snapshots. His wife's face, a mass of bloody, unrecognizable horror. Then Liesel's face years before, laughing at one of his pathetic attempts to tell a joke on a lazy afternoon at the beach. His son, Isaac, at 5, insisting on taking his bicycle to bed with him the first day he got it. Then the raw stump where Isaac's left foot used to be. And on, and on. David counted each memory as if that proved something. But what? That he had once been a sane man living a purposeful life? Or that he had valid and palpable reasons for what he was planning? Hans was still explaining.
"From the Middle Ages on, these caverns were mostly used as burial chambers until they became so unsanitary that in the 1700s Emperor Joseph II shut them down. Who would map tombs?"
"That doesn't look like an artifact from the 1700s. David pointed to a crushed olive-drab metal pail, half buried in a corner of the grotto. He'd learned when he was a rookie reporter that details told the truth, even when people lied.
"During World War II, the government reopened a few sections as bomb shelters. When the buildings above them were hit, some of the caves collapsed. Hundreds of people were crushed to death. And our underground city was once again abandoned, considered unsafe. Except, for some of us, it's safer down here than up there, isn't it?"
David ignored the conspiratorial wink in Vasong's voice.
"But there are people who know about this place." "There were, yes, but judging from the signs, no one has been here in decades. You can trust me on this, David. And you can also pay me. I believe that was our agreement. I deliver your site, you deliver my fee."
10 years ago, while writing a story about the Eastern European illegal arms market, David had met Hans Vasong, who'd been on Interpol's watch list for decades, suspected of kidnapping, manslaughter, and trafficking of both weapons and explosives. Over the years, the journalist had gained the criminal's trust and used him as a source. Now their positions were reversed. David wasn't reporting on a story this time. He was going to be the story, and Vasong was the one who could expose him. Unzipping his dark green knapsack, David pulled out the thick envelope and handed it to Vasong, who opened it, counted through the pile of 200-euro notes, then wordlessly stuffed the envelope inside his jacket pocket and patted it down.
"So tell me, when will you have everything arranged?"
"By Monday or Tuesday."
"You'll move down here then?"
Vasong's question sounded like urging. "What have you heard? Is there any new chatter?"
"Tangentially. Ahmed Abdul has been spotted in Serbia."
Serbia was slightly more than 500 kilometers.